In this video, we will be having a look at the countries where people fast the longest and the countries where people fast the shortest. So, without further ado, let's get started. To begin with, the sun rises and sets at different times around the world, meaning that the number of daylight hours also varies from country to country. Hence, Muslims who live in southernmost countries like New Zealand fast for 11 hours, while the Muslims living in northern European countries like Iceland and Norway fast for approximately 20 hours. In the Arctic Circle region, in the summer, the sun never really sets, meaning that there are no night hours. In those cases, as per the decree of the Muslim religious authorities, Muslims can either fast along with the timing of Mecca, Saudi Arabia, or those of the nearest Muslim country. Moving on, if we talk about the countries that will be experiencing the longest hours of fasting, these include Iceland, followed by Greenland, Norway, then Sweden and Germany, and so on. The Muslims living in these countries have only one thing that keeps them going during the fast, and that is the belief in Allah. Due to their staunch faith, they are able to form a routine, even in such tough hours, and make sure that they conduct their religious obligations and day-to-day affairs side by side. On the other hand, the countries which have the least number of fasting hours include South Africa and New Zealand, followed by Brazil and Zimbabwe. Since the Muslims follow the Islamic lunar calendar, the duration of the year is shorter there by 11 days in comparison to the Gregorian calendar. That's why the Islamic lunar calendar moves backwards nearly 11 days each year in relation to the irregular Gregorian calendar. So, when the holy month of Ramadan falls in winter, it is much easier to fast as the days are shorter and the nights are longer. For example, in Iceland in the past, Muslims would have to fast for almost 22 hours a day. However, this Ramadan, the fasting time in Iceland is estimated to be just under 17 hours this year. Similarly, in countries like New Zealand, during this Ramadan, the fasting hours are further reduced to around 12 hours. Here, we present the estimates of the number of fasting hours in cities across the world. Longest fast time: Iceland, 17 hours. Warsaw, Poland, 15 hours. London, England, 15 hours. Paris, France, 15 to 16 hours. Lisbon, Portugal, 15 to 16 hours. Athens, Greece, 15 to 16 hours. Beijing, China, 15 or 16 hours. Washington, D.C., U.S., 15 to 16 hours. Ankara, Turkey, 15 to 16 hours. Shortest fast time: Johannesburg, South Africa, 11 to 12 hours. Buenos Aires, Argentina, 11 to 12 hours. Cape Town, South Africa, 11 to 12 hours. Christchurch, New Zealand, 11 to 12 hours. Ciudad del Este, Paraguay, 11 to 12 hours. Montevideo, Uruguay, 11 to 12 hours. Brasilia, Brazil, 12 to 13 hours. Harare, Zimbabwe, 12 to 13 hours. The sacred month of Ramadan spans 29 to 30 days, after which Muslims across the world engage in a magnificent celebration and feasting called Eid al-Fitr. Traditionally, Eid al-Fitr begins at sunset on the night of the first sighting of the crescent moon. If the moon is not observed immediately after the 29th day of the previous lunar month, then the holiday is celebrated the following day. This year's Ramadan has already begun. May Allah shower us with patience and allow us to participate in the fasting ritual wholeheartedly. Ameen.